What's up, everybody? I've got the Sport Classic on the bench here. I'm in the middle of doing a job that I initially didn't plan on recording, but I kind of quickly learned that it's going to be a little bit more than I anticipated, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to record it and make a little content. I'm going to turn the camera around here and kind of show you what we're working with, but it involves the kickstand and the clutch slave cylinder. So yeah, give me a second. Okay, so we've got two things going on here. After I replaced the gaskets on the side covers, this side was still leaking a little bit, and it doesn't leak when it's sitting here. It really just leaked when I wheeled it out of the garage to try and ride it the other day, and ran it for a bit, but when I kicked it into first out of neutral, it died. And I did that a few times, died every time. So I realized that the kickstand switch was broken. This little tiny circuit board piece, I had to pull that out to see it, but it had just snapped right out of the little housing there. So anyway, because I ran the bike for just a few minutes, when I wheeled it back into the garage, I could see it dripping a little bit of oil out from this area here. So I did some research, consulted a buddy, and he suggested replacing the little tiny gasket washer things on the push rod for the clutch slave. So I've got those here, two of them. So I'm going to do that, and then after I get that done, I'm going to, there it is, I'm going to replace the kickstand switch, get it reinstalled back on the kickstand here, and yeah, get that mounted back up on the bike. So I'm going to put the camera up on the tripod and get going. All right, for the clutch slave, it's just these 3 bolts here. They just come out. Off. Get him out of the way. So these are these little gaskets that need to be replaced. And there's actually kind of a telltale sign that this is happening. After I'm done with the job, I'll take the camera off and kind of show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's kind of a way that you can tell that this might be the issue. And yeah, I'll show you once I get it fixed up. I think getting these off of here is going to be a little tougher than getting the new ones on, so I'm going to use this little hook. comes off. I can tell just by looking at it, it's skinnier than the new ones I've got, which means it's kind of corroded or worn down a little bit. And there's the second one, which is lost forever. All right, let's see if getting the new ones on was as simple as getting the old ones off. I think I'm going to go this way so that I'm not fighting this other washer. See if that works. I keep saying washer, gasket washer, bushing, whatever these things are. All right, those are on. Give this a little wipe down. And these 3 bolts just go back in. No particular order. All right, I'm gonna take the camera off real quick and kind of show you this little trick, I guess. Not really a trick, but kind of a tip. So I use Tygon lines on my reservoirs up here. You can kind of see, I'll just show you. This is the brake side, nice and clean. The clutch side will start to get kind of gunky. Let's see if I can focus on that. Just kind of looks like buildup. You can see it moving around in there. Supposedly that happens because the washers all the way down there start to degrade. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just what somebody told me. So if you can see your brake fluid starting to get kind of cloudy and muddy, it might be time to replace those washers, or if you've got a leak, either way. So I'm gonna have to flush this. I'm gonna do that after I get the kickstand back on there. So let's get to that. Okay, so this sensor, once it's on the kickstand, routes up the side of the bike here, and there's a connector right back here, right there, that it connects to. And then this little cable tie collector thing goes around all of this stuff over here. And then if you have one of these, this just gets reinstalled back over all this stuff. This is a really nice piece I actually got from Stratifab. Randy at Stratifab made these up. It's obviously an aftermarket thing, but they go on the side here and just kind of neatly collect all these hoses that otherwise just kind of hang out here. So if you're looking for one of these, or you want one of these, Randy at Stratifab, he does them in black or silver. I absolutely love it. I think it's awesome. So yeah, anyway, this route's up, plugs into that, but first it's got to go back on the kickstand. So there's this little notch on the sensor right here that goes in this little notch on the kickstand right here. It's been a while since I took this apart, so we're just gonna kind of guess as to how it goes back together, but I think it's like so. Yeah, that looks good. And then this is the screw or the bolt that holds it in there. This thing did not want to come off with an 8mm wrench. Even like on this side, it was wanting to strip when I was trying to take it out of there. So definitely don't use the 16-sided or this side, because you don't want to ruin it. They're also Loctited in there. You can see there's some blue Loctite on there. Use a 6-sided socket. Popped off super easy with that, and you won't strip it doing it that way. So put a little bit of Loctite on this. Brand new Loctite. Don't overdo it with the Loctite. You don't need a ton of this stuff. Just goes right on the first few threads, like so. Doesn't need a whole lot to hold it in there, so it's just gonna go back on like this. Nice and snug. Then these mounting bolts, I'm gonna put a little bit of Loctite on these too. Get the threads cleaned up here. Again, just a little bit right on the end. like I said, I didn't start recording the first part of this job, so I don't really remember what this looked like when it was together. This feels like it's sitting a little close to me, but I don't have anything to compare it to, and it's definitely on there the right way. So this just routes through here. There's like a little cable catch right here that just routes through up the side. Put this thing back on. It's a little crusty, but it'll work. And then these bolts get torqued to like 9 Newton meters or something crazy. Very, very light. So I'm just gonna get them in there, get them snug, and then I'll go get my torque wrench. Make sure they're good, but it's, you know, not a ton of pressure. So yeah, good to go.